G'day, how you going, everyone? Welcome aboard. You're on standby at the moment. That's why it's on the screen. So this is our standby screen. So we welcome you. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're lovely and well. All right. We will be with you guys very shortly. We are just setting up the stream. I've pulled the trigger a little bit early. I've actually just come straight off an uploaded video that I'm going to be premiering on the channel tomorrow. So it was actually my first run from Seaford to Brighton. So that's coming up on the channel tomorrow. And that's going to be absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I had a couple of emergency stops along the way. Unfortunately, I'm still trying to get used to playing the game with Stream Deck XL. Yeah, it's a learning curve still, using that and the keyboard and the mouse at the same time. You know, I've got extra stuff on me. Got a couple of new announcements again today, ladies and gentlemen, from what we did on the first time I used the Stream Deck XL with Train Sim World. I've been using it for over a month on American Truck and Euro Truck, but yeah, first time I finally got it up and going on Train Sim World, so still getting used to it. So I've moved the buttons around a little bit today. I've got some new announcements and everything. And as always, we encourage you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn the notification bell on. And let's fire her up. Welcome aboard to the East Coastway Remastered. Now, I've gone earlier than what I normally do for our streaming action, folks, because I have to be somewhere later on today. So let's fire her up. East Coastway Remaster, and there is chances of a severe thunderstorm later on today here in Sydney. We're on a big, massive rain band at the moment. We had a massive lot of rain in a short space of time last night. Caused a lot of flooding here in Sydney. So yeah, we're in disaster mode at the end of the summer. Welcome aboard. Here we go. And welcome all to the East Coastway Remastered live stream. This is our launch live stream for Master here at Australia Worldwide Entertainment. The DLC itself got released at 5 a.m. this morning. I'm not sure if the PC Steam had issues with the like the Xbox players did, but I wasn't here to know that happened anyway. I was busy last night. I actually wasn't here. I had other commitments. So, yeah, wasn't able to get home until this morning. Downloaded it, fired it up. Price, God, yeah. I have to say, you will see it in the uploaded video coming up tomorrow on the channel. That'll premiere at 1080p. It'll be 1440p after premiere. By the way, folks, just give me a second. I just got to find out what this notification is. Right. So yeah, I do note, folks, in the uploaded video, I noticed I was driving a 377/3, by the way, which is part of the pack. The 171, I noticed that there is a lot more lag around at the front of the train than what there is with anything else. That is awesome, Isla White. Welcome aboard. So yeah, we are. I can say to you guys that after seeing the frame rate difference from dropping to under 35 frames with the 171 to being outside of the cab, that is, and right at the front of the cab, to going near where the smoke stacks are, it drops down to 10 frames per second. That is terrible. I've never seen it this bad before with the smokestacks. I have to say to you guys, I know that there's been a history of when you go near the smoke in the train, it drops the frame rate like dog's balls. but nothing like this. This is like being at Jamaica Station, New York, like railroad style. It just drops like that. It's bullshit. So yeah, I have to say to you guys that they really need to fix this smokestack issue in Train Sim World once and for all. It really needs to be reported at the forums. Unfortunately, I'm not involved in the forums, but if anybody is, it would be advisable for you guys. It's not just this train, it's just the smokestack trains in general, the diesels that throw the smoke up. When you pan the camera near it, it just drops the frames like no tomorrow. There was a patch a few years ago that actually did fix it, and then a couple updates later happened, and the band-aid got thrown off, and it hasn't been fixed since. So it really needs to be fixed. It's another issue, another memory issue. It just really needs to be fixed up. But I've noticed also, like I haven't drove the cab yet, but going right next to the cab, like just outside of the inside the cab, it looks like that the 171 chews up more frame rate than what the 377 does. The only thing I can think of is the 377/3 has been built off the Brighton mainline version, and they've just done a few little bits and pieces to it. And that was built in an old era of Train Sim, well, obviously, when there was less memory problems and stuff going on. So yeah, I want to say the word, but you know what I mean. So yeah, it's once again, they really got to start looking at the way they build the trains in Train Sim World to trying to drop memory, to trying to free up frame rate. That's just my opinion. I think it's got something to do with the way their mesh is and that. Anyway, let's get into it. East Coastway Remastered. This is my all-time favorite route, folks. And unfortunately, I've already seen some things where I'm like, why did we get Rivet to do this? I would have loved to have seen the modding crew that's doing the Medway do this route. This would have been way better. And obviously, they would have done it in justice and extended it. But I also said to you guys, I would have loved to have seen the Long Island Railroad treatment done to this route, where it was completely rebuilt. I wouldn't care if I have to pay for it again. Done by the people that are doing the Medway, the modding crew, the legends, that Jet Wash and Speedy Eve and the rest of them. Ben Scott, I think was another one. But yeah, they Firefly would have done an incredible job. I would have waited and wanted them to do it. Extended obviously would have been great. Extended would have been absolutely fantastic. But if there's anything down that way I'd love to see now, it has to be the West Coast Way. It has to be West Coast Way. So anyway, let's get into the timetable, shall we? We're going to go into the Too Tall Tyler timetable. You can probably see some things in here that are a little bit different than what you see in reality. Obviously, I've got some mods and stuff installed, and there's a few different other options for this 37s, obviously. You can see real-life photos of some of them there. We've got the Dutch, Dirty, the Long Haul. I'm not sure if they're going to work or not in the game, in this version or not. It could be the case where I might have to get rid of them. We've got a 387 in there as well. We've got, obviously, the expansion pack downloaded. So we've got the other ones as well. We've got a few other beautiful ones. The X Great Western there. So, yeah. We've got lots of options. I don't even know what the 37... That's a Javelin Rail Tour. Okay. Raising funds to support veterans, support charity from Brighton to Eastbourne. You know, that's in November only. We're going to do that later on in the stream. That'll be great. I'm really looking forward to doing that one. But I think it's only fitting that that we do. What we got? 700s there. This would be fantastic. Lewis to Eastbourne. Lovely. This will be great. Looking forward to this. I'll do this in a light cloud situation. And enjoy. Currently doing the... By the way, I've got the sound mod for this too, the Class 700. I think I do. Let me just double check that actually. It's your 165 sound mod. Right. By the way, for people that are that had the 377/4, I think it was the announcements mod, do uninstall it because I think it could be causing issues. I have uninstalled it before release. Just knowing history, you know, some mods that could cause problems. So I done what I did with the Great Western. I deleted everything out of there that I reckon would have caused some conflict. Just give me a second. I'm just in my files currently looking at my DLC file and just making sure that I've got I've got the 700 sound mod number 17 from ECO 165. So that is installed. Here we go. This is actually coming from Freebridge's depot. God, I wish we had connections. Reshade activated. So God, I wish we have a 12 car and a 10 car on this baby. This would be so cool to see a 12 car, to be honest, and a 10 car. I think if we get East Coastway south, I'm pretty certain we'll get the 12 car. We have to get the 12 car. There's no question about it. If you don't do East Coastway south without a 12 car, then seriously, it's not legit.
Mind the gap.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Mind the gap.
All right. Let's go outside. Let's turn those lights on. Let's gauge lights.
Mind the gap.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Why am I not going? That's weird. I'm going to have to reset that again, folks. I don't know what's going on there. That's quite weird. Okay. Let me see what's going on again. Got it in forward. So,
TPWS and AWS operational.
has anybody been having problems with the 700 on here, or what's going on? Like, I can't get the Class 700 up and running. I'm having the same problems I did the other day. Give me a second, folks. I'm going to have to look at a video very quickly here. I'll be back in a minute. Just give me a second, folks. I'm just currently looking at a video to see what have I done wrong. Okay, I think I know what it is. Right. All right, we'll reset that for now, and I'll get it up and running. I'm pretty certain I have to throw it into DC myself, which, yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve. Right, let's turn on the key again. Put that into forwards. Let's get the TPWS and AWS operational.
TPWS and
Let's
AWS
get our
operational.
lights on. Got those on. Engage lights. Testing the black box. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. So power supply. Would have to put it into DC. All right. I'm pretty certain that this should be it. Yep. That's it. Right. So, it's your 165 sound modded, number 17, currently version number 17 activated. I do believe that is the current edition. Yeah, I was wondering why it wasn't moving. I was like, what the hell? I have to put it in the DC myself. So, yep, don't. You think it's in auto, it would automatically do it, but anyway. William, welcome aboard. Connor, welcome.
Customers are reminded that smoking is not permitted in enclosed areas, such as waiting rooms, toilets, underground stations, or on trains.
It'd be really early hours in the morning in the UK. Really early. Yeah, I was actually, earlier this morning, I was watching the Wing and Warriors kick some ass against the Leopards. They looked like a force this year. Yeah, unfortunately, my team lost the World Club Challenge. You buggers. It's early hours of the morning. I don't normally stream on a Friday as well, but I've pulled the trigger a bit earlier on this stream. Actually, today I was meant to start at 3 p.m. But we're going to be here for a bit today. A few hours. I've got other commitments today, so we'll be doing other stuff. Got an uploaded video of this coming up tomorrow on the channel. We've got some new ATS content coming up while we're actually live today. There's going to be a new uploaded video premiere. There's another one set for tomorrow currently, and I have 2 more up my sleeve that I need to post up. As far as my full-length episodes of Truck Spotting, probably looking at probably around mid next week at the moment, because yeah, the weather here in Sydney is terrible. Currently, it's all right. It's just currently cloudy. It's not raining, but We've had over 150 to 200 millimeters in some parts here over the last 24 hours.
Attention passengers, please take your rubbish with you and dispose of it thoughtfully.
This will be the first time I'm running up through this way because I've gone through to Seaford to Brighton. Yeah, it sort of came in late last night. We had a very dangerous storm cell just hanging from the coast into the inland, and yeah, just sweep through Sydney like no tomorrow. So it was a fair bit of rain. We're in the final days of summer now, so first day of March will be autumn here in Australia. It's still going to be hot. Don't worry about that. Mid next week, it's back to the low to high 30s again. No surprise. No surprise. Attention customers, please do not put your feet on the seat. Fines apply. Thank you. Reminds me, I need to change my drone cam logo to flyby, and then my drone cam put it up. Alright, yeah, I've got to flip that around. That's okay, I'll sort that out. I noticed they didn't update the announcements. They didn't update the PSI, sorry, on the front screen. It says check the screen. That'll be right. Oh, there's no training front. Yeah, it's a little bit different over in UK in that they don't seem to have the starts of seasons happen on the first day of the month. So you were the first day of the month every 3 months. Even though technically we have 3 months of winter to 9 months of summer. But that being said, there is cool days in summer too. It's like today, like it's low 20s finally. It's beautiful. It's not too hot. Ah, there we go. God, they come up pretty quickly. I think that's a record. I don't remember the boom gates coming up so quick after a train went through. Usually take about 30 seconds. That was pretty quick. I don't know if these are 2D assets or 3D. I don't know what to make of them. I think they're 2D assets, to be honest, and I really think they shouldn't be that close to the damn track. I just think that's just, you know. Looks all right from a cab view, but when you know, going like that, you know straight away, no, that just doesn't look right. Is it a haystack? Is that supposed to be a haystack, or is it supposed to be a bunker or something? And he's got one on this side too, or was it a shooting range? Shooting range. Practicing in between the tracks. Fireball, paintball. I haven't got any of the faults on, folks, so I don't play with faults. I'm old school when it comes to train sim world. That's something I've actually tried to, I've been wanting to do, actually. Do a live stream where I actually do have faults on. And play it while, like, for the first time, while I'm actually streaming the game. You guys can help me along the way if I get stuck. So, yeah, I might get a boring week of midweek World of Trains and pull the trigger on it. The question is now, folks, what is the next DLC? I really think it'll be the Class 90, to be honest. I think the Class 90 is due. I'd love to see that released next. Route-wise, I think the US content will be US summer, for sure. That normally comes in a big bracket. So I think that the return to freight finally, even though it's small, it's yeah, I think High Iron Simulations route will be release around then. Oh, actually, I think we could get that. We could get also New York's is it the New York? Yeah, New York, the remaster of New York, NEC New York, which I'm calling it the remaster of NEC New York. Sorry, folks. I'm pressing buttons on my stream pad here. I'm trying to slow down and I'm actually pressing wrong buttons. I keep stuffing up this corner. Don't worry, this is not the first time I've gone around this corner at 100 miles per hour. Yeah, don't need no news to release something though. I think that yeah, we've had hardly much. We haven't had as much news as we normally have for this this Just Trains route. That also could be next. That would be nice to have next, actually. I'm hoping that the UK route for Train Sim World 7 Core will be the full length of the city route, London Underground route. I hope they pull the trigger on it. Obviously, it could be the full length. Would it be the full length? I don't know. Is it long enough to have the full length? Like, is it too long to have the full length? I've always called for Elizabeth Line, but we all know that's 100 miles in total. So that could be a possibility. They do have the Transport for Wales. Transport for Wales. They have the TFL license. So. The main culprit I want to see them also to do is finally, you know, stop streaming unprofessionally is one. Because God, they're so unprofessional. Couldn't even give us an exact date for this. Like, come on. When you do a preview stream, you gotta do it when you got concrete, you know, submitted release date, and be more professional when you actually, you know, make sure that you actually got things set up and ready to go before you actually pull the trigger on the button saying live. Make sure your screens are all running straight away. Your sound checks and everything are all done before leading into the stream. Be more professional about the way you talk and communicate with your audience. Whoop, hang on. I thought that was a floating object just then. Yeah, I know the ATS hasn't given us any news anyway, Isle of Wight Transport. But yeah, the Just Trains route we really haven't received too much information even with that. So we're getting drip feeds more often with their other two releases compared to this one. And I think maybe more so because I think Dovetail has pushed a lot of development of releases, backlogging everything, why they can try to sort out the problems with the texture blurring and all that. I think this is one of the main culprits of releases being less frequent in this era so far. But they can't be just looking at the texture problems and solving those without fixing the passenger behavior, the problems with that, the way they, you know, with the ghost stations, I call them, with no passengers. Like Euston, come on. The big station of Euston with no passengers is terrible. The typical train, passengers not coming on and off the high-speed trains, ICE for one. You know, don't trust the ambassadors. The ambassadors wouldn't spill the beans on anything. They know the truth. They just, you know, it's their job. They're not going to brown themselves and lose their job. That's, you know, just part and parcel of having the job. No, don't get me wrong and everything. Like, I don't watch none of them. I just don't have time for them, to be honest. I noticed one thing that's wrong with this route, though. The announcements at the stations. They're not working. They only seem to be working at Brighton. I noticed they were working at Brighton. Let's have a look here. Oh, we will continue to see if we can actually hear them.
The next train to depart from
we
platform
go.
2 will be the 1208 Southern Service 2, or calling at Eastbourne, Hampton Park, Bexhill, St Leonard's, Hastings, and or. Customers are reminded to mind the gap.
And that is the part of the route that I wanted them to add to this East Coastway. That's why I was hoping that they would have done the Long Island Railroad treatment on it, release it as a version 2, have the original version obviously still, release it as a second version, and had the route go to Orr. You know, would have been perfecto. Okay, scheduled at 12:15 there. What are we up? Okay, we're not going to be waiting around, so we're just going to go to the no main menu. We'll do that. Oh, you've just been to Houston, so yeah, that's all getting construction at the moment as well with HS2. Actually, is it? I don't think stage 2 is going to be going to Houston. I think stage 1's only going to Common Oak, isn't it? Yeah. That's one project I haven't actually followed up the last couple of weeks. I think the last time I followed it up was they were starting to do the tunneling towards London. Right. Let's go to the other timetable. Give me a second, folks. All good, all good. All right. Let's take it for 171. Eastbourne to Brighton. Sounds delightful. We'll do that. Bit of light cloud again. Here we go. Let's rock and roll. 8:35 a.m. service. This is our live stream of East Coastway. Oh, that is our intro. 1G10. Here we go. I wish they had another button on the stream deck where you can actually pull the trigger on. Oop, Jesus Christ, that was loud. D, alright, lovely. Let's make sure that this is all on, yep. Black box is not, let's turn that on. Yeah, so you can see the frame rate right there. See what I mean? Like, it's what it does. And then as soon as you get away from it, oh, actually the frame rate's the same as the other cab inside. Okay. So yeah, as soon as you go near that smoke, that's where the frame rate dips, folks. So that's the culprit that needs to be investigated from Dovetail and fixed up. I notice there's no announcements at this station either before, but yeah, I've only just heard that ones from before, and now at Brighton, that's the only places I've heard it. So definitely the announcements need to be investigated. No surprises that announcements are causing problems again.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
I pre-warned you guys about announcements leading into the Train Sim World 6 release that I would not be surprised if announcements cause a lot of problems. And yep, I was right. You know the history of it now. You know it's blatant. Like even with their PSIs, you know, some of the trains, you know, have the names on the PSI, and they go off the beaten track, and you can't even see what the rest of it is. I wish they would narrow them down or have them sliding, you know, so you can actually see it better. Even if it doesn't do that in reality, it still makes a lot more sense to see that. Especially if you have names like one of the big stations here, names here in Australia, here in Sydney, is McDonald Town. It's a long name. See, what I don't understand is that's the steam there, yeah? And that doesn't cause any frame rate problems, but yet the smoke stacks do. And you think that would be sort of the same particle. So they really need to come up with the smoke stacks very similar to the steam side of it. And, yeah, build it in that format. And even if you put some dark texture into it and make it, you know, charcoal color, it would make more sense. Give me a second, folks. My mate was calling me again.
Customers are reminded that smoking is not permitted in enclosed areas, such as waiting rooms, toilets, underground stations, or on trains.
The Southern Service to Brighton, calling at Lewis and Brighton. The next station is Lewis.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
passengers, please take your rubbish with you and dispose of it thoughtfully.
Sorry about that, folks. Just on the phone to my best mate. Yeah, he's off the phone now, so we can concentrate on the rest of the stream. We are currently on the 171 on the remastered East Coastway. 1G10 service, Ashford International to Brighton. Look at that ghosting. You can clearly see that. It looks like we could have a spud. Yeah, I have sputtered the train. Must have been a buzzer going off. Okay. Well, such on a cruise then too, and then it goes and does that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright, we're going through that. Good stuff. 2.3 miles to Lewis. Holy shit. I was looking at the red light then, I'm thinking, hang on. Oh, how long's that been on there for, folks? God damn it. Hopefully that screen wasn't on there for long. You guys just missed out on almost a disaster. I was going flying through there and then see the red light. I'm like, whoa, slow down, Aussie. Anyway, it turned green.
We are now approaching Lewis.
Lovely photo just there. Yeah, so I noticed that announcements are not working at this station, which sucks. Whoop, there goes a jetpack in the air.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service to Brighton, calling at Brighton only. The next station is Brighton.
Yeah, I've given up on them bloody trying to fix up the passenger behaviour anyway. You know, like the jetpack issue I noticed has come back into the game recently. So it's yeah, another band-aid's been taken off. You wonder why they don't update the passengers to have disabled passengers, because you wouldn't want a disabled person to go flying up in the air, wouldn't you? Or get stuck on the tracks or anything like that, you know? It'd be subrogation, you know? It's getting a big lawsuit, Dovetail. It's bad enough as it is now. Like, you say mind the gap, but yet you got your passengers on the track. Yeah, okay. Talk about safety. Yeah, teach your passengers how to just stand on the middle of the track, wait for the train to go through. Big rain tomorrow in Adelaide. See. I love the jingle of the rails on this thing. There we go. Absolutely love that. That's absolutely fantastic. One thing I got to try to get onto the stream deck is the speedo. I want to know, yeah, I want to try to get the speedo on here so I can actually look at the speed instead of, and if I get that on there, you know what, folks, I'm probably going to be brutally honest. I'm going to want to, because I know a lot of these stations and that. I'm probably going to want to play it like this from there on. But yeah. Going through Falmer. So we will be doing more gameplay of this, along with other fantastic gameplay this week, folks. This next week we got on Monday All Aboard. We're live with All Aboard at our regular normal time of 7 p.m. Sydney, Australia time, 6 p.m. Queensland time, 6:30 p.m. South Australia time, and 4 p.m. Western Australia time, 5:30 p.m. in Northern Territory. And at 8 a.m. UK, 9 a.m. Central Europe, 3 a.m. Eastern States of USA, that include New York, and midnight West Coast USA. So it'll be a full replay if you can't join us for that. All Aboard on Monday, and the same times for Wednesday, midweek World of Trains on Wednesday. Both streams are subject to change. Anything could change that, you know. I could be sick. Could have no internet, COVID issues, who knows? Pardon me. Or weather. Weather's the main culprit at the moment. Yeah, so my daughter should be on her way back from her camp in Canberra, in the nation's capital. She's been down to the Australian Institute of Sport, Parliament House, the War Memorial. They've done a fair few things down there, so a few places they've been. So yeah, she's been down there since Wednesday with her school, and there they'll be on their way back now. So I'm hoping she'll get home safe. Let's go to Yale Cab. No, we don't have the Mardi Gras on down there today. Looks like they've changed a few of the buildings down there, actually. Look at a few of the colours. There's Brighton Mainline. I really think we're going to get a remaster of Brighton Mainline. It would be nice because we would get the Class 700s then, rocking and rolling up there. And like I said, if they pull the trigger on that, we need the 12 car variant.
Mind the gap.
there we go. I got smashed up again. The camera taking you outside. I swear they really got to do something about this camera problem. Getting caught up in the ceiling and it takes you out. It's been an issue also that's been plaguing the game also in this era of Train Sim World, to be honest. Right. Let's return to the timetable. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream, folks. And I just got to quickly go and grab myself another drink out of the fridge. And we will little restroom break and continue with our coverage, folks. So don't go anywhere. We'll be with you guys in a couple minutes' time. And we'll be taking another fantastic run on the route. 377 action coming up next. All right. Grab myself some Cadbury cream egg chocolate. Betcha. Nothing but the best. I have to say Lindt chocolate's probably better. Ferrero. Lindt and Ferrero. You know what's actually something I would love to see them bring back here in Australia? They had it ages ago now. They've brought it back a couple of times before. But we need the Wonka bar back. With the chocolate in the middle. Chocolate ooze in the middle. I'm a sucker when it comes to a sweet tooth, folks. Unfortunately, I've lost 2 wisdom teeth because of it. All right. Where's the free? /free. Is it on the normal timetable? Yeah, it's /free. Oh, there it is there. Okay. Nice, clear. 5:58 a.m. Starting service. We're just doing a little short one with the 377 here. We've still got our rail tour with the Javelin coming up. I can only assume that'll be having to put it into DC as well. Okay. As always, no passengers on the bloody station. Yeah, typical. Oh, here they come. Here they come. They didn't need to be on the station already. This is where they really got to stop this pathing system. They just got to really piss it off.
Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap.
Platform 1, Forthern 6, 14, Southern, Service 2, West Worthing, calling at Hove, Shoreham, Worthing, and West Worthing.
Mind the gap.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Here we go.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service to Lewis, calling at London Road, Moulscombe, Falmouth, and Lewis.
All stops.
The next
All
station
stops.
is London Road.
What the is going on there? Okay. Nice one of what?
We are now approaching London Road.
Customers are reminded that smoking is not permitted in enclosed areas, such as waiting rooms, toilets, underground stations, or on trains.
Well, I can hear the announcement somewhere there. It was calling out London Road, and it's like, that is London Road. Oh my God.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service to Lewis, calling at Moulscombe, Falmouth, and Lewis.
Oh, William earlier was saying that it's almost spring in the UK. And I'm thinking, damn, well, it was apparently 3 degrees the other night when the whole Kingston Rovers were versus my mighty Broncos in the World Club Challenge. I'm thinking, okay, 3 degrees is like, yeah, our nighttime winter. It's definitely, it can get down to that much if, like, say for instance, there's games of rugby league up at the old Penrith Stadium. Like the Penrith Stadium's not there at the moment because it's getting redeveloped. Even though the new stadium looks terrible, I have to say it looks like a Centrelink. It's been built by Centrelink. It's just, yeah, that's my opinion. It's just, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Penrith anyway. Like, you know, I'm a Broncos fan, but that being said, you know, like it's just, yeah, you play a game of rugby league out there, and it's usually around that degree. And it can get worse than that when they play at Canberra. Well, years ago, there was a game, the first game of rugby league, and I do believe the only game of rugby league still to this day that was played in the snow. Here in Australia, so.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Is it a free car variant? It is too. Yeah, it's a free car variant. No, no wonder they call it a free. Firmware will be next. Yeah, so between Stafford and Crews, 22 miles, something like that. Usually takes anywhere between 15-20 minutes to do that, 25 minutes. So that's roughly what you got on that. You'll be less than that now, because you said that at 3:42, and that was earlier. So yeah, you'll be closer to Crew now. You'll be under the 10-mile mark for sure. Obviously, depending what train you're driving. If you're on a Palomino or the 805, and obviously the Palomino has the tilted mechanism, so you get the. I'm not sure if it's faster through that section or not. Even still. Kind of looking forward to the 807 and the second part of the south, technically. Well, even though the only missing section from that particular area we've got now left is obviously going through to Birmingham. So from the coming off there, so getting some big stations coming up on that route, folks. I have to say that much. I know I've said earlier I would like to see the City London Underground route actually as a complete route release, as a core route for Train Sim World 7, but if we had to have our first third-party route launch for Train Sim World 7, God, it would be awesome if it was the mile mate. But I think
This train is the Southern service to Lewis only, calling at Lewis.
so. Yeah, I think that I think it would be pretty cool to have the Milton Key to Crew as well as a core route for Train Sim World 7 launch. Like I said, you know, I think eventually we will get third parties releasing as core routes for release. I just, you know, we've gone that way with Train Sim Classic. And obviously, we know now that Train Sim Classic is, you know, at the point now where, you know, it's all third party related anyway. So,
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Signal Lewis 7. I thought this was Lewis West actually, LW, but it's actually short for Lewis.
Service to Lewis. Calling at Lewis only.
Yup.
The next station is Lewis.
How many times do I have to say it? At least they're saying Lewis only now, like it's, yeah, it's a bit more appropriate than when you. But still, when you get to the final station, it's still coming up on the on the announcements and that. So there's still some faults in the announcements they really need to clean up and fix up. Unfortunately, these early days are probably going to be cleaned up like 3, 4, 5 years down the track. Know the history. We're probably already on the next Train Sim by then. Which I said to you guys, I hope Dovetail pulls the trigger on my my midweek live streaming show as the name for Train Sim. Well, for the next Train Sim, World of Trains makes a lot of sense. I think World of Trains would be a great simulator name. Unreal Engine 5. I see the Bus Simulator 27 has been announced. God, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. I still think that you know, Euro Truck Simulator with the coaches and everything is just it's going to be the ultimate bus simulation, like with the trucks involved as well, obviously. And you got the cars involved on American Truck. I just think, you know, with the, you know, you're going to have that fantastic variety there. But yeah, I wasn't a real big fan of the last bus simulator game, which was Bus Simulator 21. God, I can't believe it was that long, actually. But this one being set in a European base, I thought straight away, oh, you know, they're really going out with this because they know Euro Truck's coming with coaches. And then they announced that they're doing coaches on that, and I thought, okay, this is new to the series. This is a big stab, you know, saying, you know, to the people, you're going to have the option to do this as well, along with the coaches for Euro Truck. And then you got Bus Bound as well, which is more American style. You know, that's obvious, but there's less licensing and less buses involved in that one. But there's some amazing you know, options for bus simulation, that like latest new bus simulation. And then you got the Almighty, which is the game The Bus. And then you got Third Bus Simulator, of course, and yeah, a few others as well. I think is it OMSI or something? I really think we should be getting a third edition of that, to be honest. I'd like to see him announce a third edition. And obviously bring it up to standard graphics and stuff. That'd be great. But, yeah, I never got into the first version because it's just like the second version. Never got into that because it's just very complicated. And, like, I love it. It's cool and everything. Like, I like the realism in that. That's what I'm all about. Realism. If you've seen my American Truck Simulator stuff and Euro Truck, you know that I'm all about that. You know, I've got both Euro Truck and American Truck road network traffic packs out there, standalone traffic packs out there now, with the release of the Euro Trucks one over the last week that I finally done. My 5-month pet project that I've been hard at work at. Finally out there. But yeah, it's modup.us for that mod, folks. Other ATS sites and ETS sites have got that as well. Anyway, let's concentrate on getting into Lewis here. We have to drop to 10. I noticed they got that signal thing there now as well. I don't think anybody asked you if you were well there, Connor. I think I said that a while ago. Yeah, I did say that a while ago. How you going? And yeah, that was a while ago. So yeah, I'll take that. So good. By the way, folks, I hate to be a broken record, but with some of the comments that have been coming through with some of my videos, folks, they're just continuous repeated comments of the same comment over and over again. Our crew is now actually classifying it as spam, and is actually now reporting it. So just be aware about that, folks, and be warned about the continuous spamming comments. Yeah, the same old comments over and over again. It's just where they're identifying these comments to be classic AI botted comments. So our crew is tracing these comments. So just be aware of that. Do have a fantastic group of mates that do work for the Australian Federal Police, and they do an amazing job. Here we go, coming into Lewis. Okay, there we have the 2L99 service. Lovely service it was indeed. So we straight up service it was. Right. East Coastway Remastered live on this Friday, the 27th of 2026 in February, and this is our launch live stream. The release of the DLC was 5 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time this morning, and yeah, I got back this morning a couple of hours after that, and I needed time to do some other stuff and whatnot. I actually thought I set this live stream for 5 p.m. originally, and then I realized that it was actually 3 p.m. and I thought, oh, that's all right. That works out all right. I don't mind that. So yeah, we're on a very foreign time when I stream. I don't normally stream in the afternoons. I have a couple times over, but yeah. Normally I would have set this sort of live stream for the night time. So it's more appropriate for the UK and European office. European office. UK and European office. No, the European community out there, and the UK community, like the fellow rail fans out there, and us here in Australia. It's night time, so it's prime time for us. And it goes into night to late night. So yeah, it's sort of that balance of and obviously going in the USA, it's more appropriate more so in the summer months though. It's more in the daytime for both UK and Europe and the US. But yeah, there's like a 2-hour swing difference between our summertime to your summertime to our, and when it's your winter time, it's our summertime, and vice versa. So there's always like a 2-hour swing because we go into daylight saving here in Sydney. There's always swinging, time differences, and so yeah, it works out a couple hours difference. Eventually, later on down the track, I think eventually in the UK summertime we start at 11 a.m. normally, your time when it's 7 p.m. here, or 10 a.m. and then 11 a.m. Central Europe. So yeah, it's like a swing. Anyway, You'll all know eventually. Oh, very nice, very nice. Ababa Transport. Never heard of them actually. Okay. Let me see. I could type that up right now. Actually, let me why I got you here. Is it Araba Group Logistics? No, I don't think that's it. No, that's not it. Yeah, I've never heard of them. Never heard of them. It's not actually coming up on the thing here. Chris. Sorry, Chris. Connor. Araba. Transport and Logistics. South Australia. You sure they're not a cargo company, cargo and logistic cargo company like for freight and stuff? So there's nothing's coming up on the Google for that one. They sound like they're very okay. I don't know about that one actually. To be honest, looks like yeah, it might be an X company or something. There's nothing coming up on Google. Right. Let's continue our East Coastway action. Oh, by the way, there is some new scenarios, I do believe. Let me just have a look and see. Okay. So, oh yeah, there's iced over. Unit drag. Okay. And bridge strike. Oh, okay. Right. It's time for our fantastic rail tour now. So this is going to be set in seasonal month November only. We'll do it clear. Drive this rail tour, raising funds to support Veterans Support Charity. From Brighton to Eastbourne. Seasonal is in November only. So this is a veterans trip, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into it. There's the cover. God, it's a beautiful cover. I have to say, that's one of the best. One of the best. God, this is gonna feel so crazy having this on here. I'll tell you right now. Right, 1Z83. Fucking hell, they got that damn problem. What's causing that, folks? What could be causing that? God, what's causing that? Let me get my yeah, that's not doing anything. Okay, looks like we've got a texture problem, folks. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do that one. God, I'm spewing. I want to do that. I'm gonna have to find out if I've got anything class. as Train Sim Classic. I'm just trying to find out what could be causing that problem. Okay. I'll have a look at my mods here. I might have to quit the game for a split second just to try to fix that problem. Ah, that's a freaking American truck. No, I don't want that one. God, I keep getting this freaking mixed up. Just bear with me, folks. I apologize for this. So we have got a 395 problem. What the hell could that be? Okay, I gotta quit the game for a second, folks. I apologize for this. There's a couple of things I need to delete. I just need to go to the Train Sim community for a second and find out anything related to 395 because, yeah, class 395. See if there's anything related that could be causing the problem. Could it be the enhancement pack? Could it be the enhancement pack? No. Train Sim Mod 6. It's definitely not that timetable. Have I got the UK rolling stock mod installed? I'll see if I got anything Luca related. Good. Yeah, Orange UK. It could be that because apparently it's causing issues. Okay. I'll get rid of that as well because that's from the old one as well, and that is definitely old. Okay. That's from the original train. Yep. 395. I'm gonna see if there's anything 395 related on here that just give me a second, folks. I'm just trying to work out what could be causing the problem. Okay. 395. Class 395. Yeah, this is a bit of a suck one. I can't see the upper screen currently, so if you are chatting, folks, just bear with me for a second. I can't see anything currently. I am currently looking for... Okay, I could have that timetable still installed. That could be the reason. Uh-huh. We'll get rid of that. Okay. Apparently I had the too tall modded timetable installed as well, so I've disabled that as well. Could it be the Class 395 sound mod that could be causing the window problems? Let me have a look at others and see see if there's any issues. That has not been updated since God. Okay, we don't have a sound mod for that, so that's fine. So it's not that. Could it be better PSI? That could be causing the issue. No, that's... God, that's old. Get rid of that as well. I just got rid of the 158 version of that though. Could it be that? Could it be that? That's an announcements pack, so I don't know. It's not that. Just bear with me for a second, folks. I am currently trying to solve a problem regarding the blurriness on the 395, which, yeah, it's not nice to have. So, I've trying to look for something now that's actually causing the problem. Okay. All right, we'll go back into the game now, and see how we go. But if I do get the texture, nobody else has chatted. Okay. So yeah, if I do get the texture problem again, I will. I won't be doing that trip. I'll have to try to figure out what is causing it. Like what mod could be causing it. So I think I'm at a point now with my mods that I really need to make a fresh, like a complete fresh rebuild. Get rid of everything and start and download the mod manager. Or just have the ones that are updated. I'll write them down in my files, and I'll know what mod's what when I already know what dates are on my things anyway, so I can always relate to a lot of mods causing conflict with new updates. It's, yeah, as a modder for American Truck, Euro Truck, it's common. But yeah, with some of those mods, I know how to update anyway. So, especially the RTA mods stuff, folks. I've had people ask me, how do you got the RTA mods running in 158? And it's obvious that I know how to compatible number the files and unlock the files. But don't ask me for the mods, folks. They're paid mods, and as a modder myself, and have a good relationship with RTA mods. The guy's from Ukraine. He's in the war at the moment, so don't ask me for the mods, folks, please. Right. Let's try again. So I've gotten rid of the two-time Taylor mod now. So we should have that one and the 2018 one. Yep. Let's try again. Oh, it doesn't say what month now either. Oh, okay. Was that part of the modded timetable? That could be the reason why. Holy shit, is this the modded timetable that's just been completely actually put into the game? Holy shit. Okay. God. You know what? I might have taken away some of that stuff for nothing, but you know what? It's probably a good thing anyway, because a lot of those mods that I did have were pre Train Sim World 6, so, and they were from the early half of 2025 as well. So, yeah, well, we're good. We're good. We're ready to go. Yeehaw, good. That's good. I'm happy. Hopefully I don't have to change anything. It looks like it's in DC already. Let's get the cab lights on. Thanks for your patience, by the way, folks, as well. I appreciate it. I was just had to try and figure out what could have been causing it. Testing black box 1 2 1 2. Yeah. All right. I could yell out more, but I'll probably blow your ears away, folks. I do not want that for my viewers.
Haywards Heath, Gatwick Airport, East Croydon, Clapham Junction, and London Victoria.
God, it feels weird to have a javelin in here. I'd seen a mod in there as well while I was looking in there as well. It takes away the 10 years on there. Oh, this is a double stacker. Lol. Holy shit, mana. Yep, of course. Just drive my car into the road.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Well, that took a while. You know, this will be a first, folks. I've never taken this train on here before. Yeah, I'm not sure if the ECU165 sound mod would be working on here, but I noticed that it wasn't updated for quite some time. I think 2024 was the last time it was updated. You would think it would be nice if somebody is involved with the trainsimcommunity.com to actually just leave a little message on him and let him know it would be nice to have an update for it so he can bring it up to, like, along with a lot of his sound mods, it would be nice to have updates to just bring it up to standard. So people know that it's still, you know, can still enjoy these mods because, yeah, just, you think 2024, there's been so many updates since then. Obviously, we've updated, to, you know, 2 train sim things. So... Anyway, our texture problem's gone. Because this is a veterans tour, it would have been nice to have had the little poppy on the side. They could have done a new livery for this and had the remembrance poppy on the side. It would have been nice. I know there is a Creators Club livery for it, so could have done that. That's done for you, the Isle of Wight. It's completed that. Okay, you even hear the jingle on that too. How cool is that? We are going through really slow at Lewis. We don't really pick up the speed until later down the road, rails, when we go through Lewis. As soon as we clear the junction, we should be getting up to higher speeds. And it won't take long to get up to higher speeds on this baby, because this is a high speed train. This is a train that you would, you know, see, you know, sort of something that, you know, would go through the channel, you know. That's, I don't know, with the channel, folks, that's a route that I played on Train Sim Classic a fair while ago now. There was a third-party developer that had the channel route I ended up purchasing it, and it was absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you that much. It was like 40 minutes underneath the channel in the tunnel. It was a 40-minute trip inside the tunnel itself. It does get quite, you know, repetitive and boring from, you know, through it, but it's, you know, it was all fun at the end. I've only done it once. It's on my uploaded videos for Train Sim Classic. If you go through it, you'll see it there. Yeah, from St. Pancras to Paris. Was it to Paris? I don't think it was to Paris, sorry. It was somewhere in France we went to. But anyway, I'd love to see that in Train Sim World, to be honest. I've always said that I don't know why they don't try to get the Eurostar license. You know, it's probably they've tried and they've failed, but yeah, just Matt going on about how he hates doing tunnels and stuff. I'm thinking, oh, it's never going to happen. I think it'll be one of those routes anyway, where I think it'll be really cool with the viewer, with the players straight away, for say the first couple of months, and then I think after that it'll die on its ass. So I don't know. That's just me. I just think it'll be something cool. You know, we haven't got anything UK that's going outside of England. You know, that's why I love to see the section of the West Coast Main Line or East Coast Main Line that goes from England to Scotland. You know, that'd be something cool. You know. North Wales coastline in Train Sim World would be great too, because, you know, we could go from England to Wales, and that'll be something also great. But yeah, I just think we're definitely overdue for a UK to like a England to other country route, either being Scotland or Wales. You know, for Train Sim World, I just think it's overdue. Definitely love to see another Welsh route. But it has been a while since we've had a new announcement for a new Scottish route as well, so yeah. As long as it's not done by Rivet, we'll be happy. That being said, like, I know I've pinpointed a few issues with this, you know, announcements being one of them, the 2D, you know, foliage and that's close to the tracks, just, yeah, it just doesn't look right. But yeah, as far as everything else is concerned, yeah, it's great. I'm really enjoying the remaster, and, you know, this is my baby, this is my all-time favorite Train Sim World route. This is what saved my Train Sim World career originally, this route, you know, because I was so bored with Train Sim World till I played this, and that, you know, this was it. I was like, yeah, I'm committed. So, no, don't get me wrong, there's times that multiple times where I've been streaming the game, or I've been not wanting to stream the game or do anything with the game, because for one, I don't get the viewer base like the ambassadors do. Like, they just suck everybody's views away from Train Sim World content. But that also being said, it worries me, and it doesn't worry me, because, like, we speak truths here. We don't lie to our viewers. We don't lie to our community about the issues and anything. We don't hide any of the issues. We talk about the issues. I constantly complain about the issues. Saying, you know, what we need fixed and this and that. It's all, you know, some people might take it as negative criticism, but at the end of the day, it's all it's all, you know, you got to take your negatives with your positives. And if you don't take feedback on board, then you don't get far in life, folks, and you don't succeed in life. You know, you want things to work smoothly. Yeah, they're not going to be smooth, but we just want we want professionalism. We want improvements. We want DLCs to be released when they are good goddamn ready. You know, without these continuous bugs slipping through their fingertips after they're out there and we've paid the money. Do you see SCS Software rushing to release their content? No, they make sure everything's correct. They make sure everything's right. All right, they might get a couple little bits and pieces of stuff here and there, but it's hardly anything to be worried about. All right, they let less content of that, of course, but it's just yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I also call for the beta team to be scrapped as well, because the beta team seems to be doing the same thing. And look at it, we've had beta team members leak content how many times over? And all right, we already know that Train Sim World 7 is a definite thing. We already know that. We knew that even before Tyler slipped it under his tongue on the previous stream. But ah, really? Haha. Yeah, that's the fella from Melbourne. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really a big fan of Train Simulator. Typical Melbourneian thinks he's better than frickin' anyone else. The Sydney-Melbourne heat always there, you know, but I'm originally from Brisbane, so that being said, it doesn't, you know, it's not about that. It's not about where you're from. At the end of the day, he's an Aussie, but I'm not going to back him up because he's a fellow Australian. Look, it wouldn't matter if it's Train Sim Society, whatever. There's everybody out there that's got an opinion and is out there doing videos and that. Sometimes they can be right and sometimes they can be wrong. And you've always got to get people that are going to agree and disagree. And that's just the way it is. I've always said to everybody that Dovetail are nothing but a bunch of cash cows. I've had Jamie on the stream a few times over in the past. But I've always stuck to my guns. With the brutally honest truth with the game, so I've never shied away from that, and I don't intend to. It wouldn't matter how much money Dovetail tried to pay me, I wouldn't steer my community wrong. When you're running a business, it's cutthroat. You have to be cutthroat. That's unfortunate. Especially in today's society, with everything just cost of living and everything is just absolutely ridiculous. But there's also a time when you're doing a video game like this, a simulation like this, where it's community driven. You really need to be more professional with your community. That's why I said that they need to really get on top of these issues. I wish they did what they did a fair while ago now. It took a whole bloody year to finally fix the bloody game. And we wouldn't be in this disaster we're in right now. Even if they pulled it off the shelf for a whole year. But anyway, I'm surprised we haven't gone into experimental DX12 as well. I play on DX12. I played a game in DX12. I've used custom engine. I've just recently updated to play it in Reshade as well, so that's why it looks so beautiful. What you're seeing on the screen is what I'm seeing on the screen. I press this button, that takes away the Reshade, you know, and this is with Reshade, and it's just, it's absolutely fantastic with Reshade. Class 70. Ah, yeah, that's been announced too, hasn't it? I hope they do the passenger version of the 91. Now they got the Swallow license. I think that yeah, it would be. I think it would be great to have that. I really hope that's Alan Thompson's next project actually, because the Alan Thompson version of the 90 passenger is absolutely fantastic. It's technically a pro range on Train Sim Classic. Nah, Connor, I'm driving a Ferrari on the rails. Because I'm driving a train, mate.
Customers are reminded that smoking is not permitted in enclosed areas, such as waiting rooms, toilets, underground stations, or on trains.
Attention passengers, please take your rubbish with you and dispose of it thoughtfully.
Attention customers, please do not put your feet on the seat. Fines apply. Thank you. I mean, it's working. Mine doesn't yet. The 700 does. They just annoy your comments. Yeah, see, they mainly concentrate on certain comments. Dovetail are like that too. Like they've always answered on certain comments. And don't get me wrong, they've answered a few of my comments from time to time. I've noticed that. But they were proper answers, like they weren't being rude or anything. The Class 700 does work. I got it up and running on here, so that's working fine. I had to put it in the DC, so you got to cold start it. Basically cold start it, not completely, but you just got to put it into DC yourself on here. Must be a training front. Oh no. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong if I don't answer your comments straight away, folks, because I could be concentrating on the game as well, so just be aware of that. Well, the reason why Train Sim Classics got more DLC is because obviously that's been around for a long time. So that's why there's way more content. But in regards to the DLCs that have been happening over the 12-month period, over the last few years, I would say Train Sim World's been getting more DLC than Train Sim Classic. Train Sim Classic, they rely on more third-party developers more so these days, like RSSLO, Just Trains, have stepped away from stuff now, but they've got third-party developers on their site with, for instance, the new Italian route that's been released recently. Which I still haven't purchased yet, actually. I'm being really keen on getting that, actually, but that's just the pricing and stuff. By the way, folks, I might have another diecast truck review coming up within the next couple of weeks, because on Monday they're revealing another Drake's Collectible diecast truck, and I do believe, I'm pretty certain that this will be the Dawson's T909 that I've been after. So, if it is, I'm definitely ordering it on Monday. 10:30 a.m. the pre-orders start at the Drake Collectibles, and 11:30 a.m. here in New South Wales, ECT Victoria and Tasmania. And yeah, it's going to be, apparently it's going to be at the Toy Expo this weekend in Melbourne on Sunday. So If anybody's there, please take a photo and send it my way via our Facebook page. It would be great. Oh yeah, the pricing's still basically the same, and they've jumped the price up on that too. When the price hike happened here, what, a couple years ago now. It all comes down to licensing at the end of the day. But yeah, in regards to any more DLCs from Dovetail for Train Sim Classic, I think they're supporting the Netherlands route, and that was about it. And actually, they went back off their word on the Netherlands route. That was originally supposed to go to, that was supposed to be Amsterdam originally, and it's not. Now they've changed it. I do believe this lake's new. I don't remember seeing this lake here before. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's looking lovely. It's a little bit, yeah, hit and miss over the back there, though. I would have loved to have seen more houses along there and that fill that gap in, you know, and make it look more, yeah, more nicer. I just think that's a missed opportunity just there. Okay, folks, let me concentrate. I'll answer your answers very soon. Class 57. Okay. Obviously, it comes down to community wants eventually as well, because they always look at the most popular demanding stuff. I know Riviera line was a very popular want for Train Sim World. Morristown also. I've been talking about Morristown for Train Sim World for so long. They finally pulled the trigger on it, and yeah, I absolutely adore that route. Anything West Coast Mainline, you betcha. But yeah, like I said on Wednesday night's live stream, I just think really we're so overdue for some more parts of the East Coast Mainline. And I think as soon as we get that south section from King's Cross to Peterborough, I think that'll be the start of the runs of DLCs for East Coastway. I just hope Just Trains pull the trigger on a 1980s edition from Newcastle. I'd love to see it go to Edinburgh. That would be so huge. Would it be probably a little bit past the point of saying it would probably become the biggest route in Train Sim World all time. So I know there's one UK one coming up. It's going to be the longest one of all time, but it has got me thinking, well, maybe they can pull the trigger on Newcastle to Edinburgh. It would be great. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's East Coast, isn't it? Is it East Coast? I'm pretty sure it's East Coast, isn't it? So, yeah, that would be great. I would love to see that. Right. 33, 31 there. All right, very good. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. We've got the XPT, which is based off the HST. Yeah, it's based off the HST design, the XPT. And the XPT is going to be retiring very soon. We've just had a legendary train, the V-Set, retire, aka the Blue Goose, the silver weapon. It was. I call it the silver train. It was a 56-year-old train. I know that news crews and that were saying it was 55 years. It's actually 56 years. It was an iconic train from the 1970s, and it was the last of the comfortable seat trains here in Sydney and New South Wales. So beautiful train, and I was there on the final day. The video's up on the channel. It's 100% worth watching. I did take footage of other trains on the same day. Actually, I also recorded the replacement, which is the D set, aka the Mariang. God, it's a completely different train to the new one. It's got Wi-Fi and it's got it's got freaking power points and that. You can charge your charging points and everything in it now. It's got toilets. It's crazy. So completely different train. And the XPT is getting replaced with a Flirt / Voyager sort of style train. It's sort of like a Flirt. It's modern, way modern. But the XPT is going to be the last of basically the childhood trains that are going to be gone. I hope when they do the XPT, the final run, they put it in the original colouring, because it's very similar to the Inner City Swallow, the colouring. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So they got to do it because they did it for the Blue Goose. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to do it for this. We have got some famous XPT trains as well. There's one called the Elvis, which goes to the Elvis Festival here in Australia. There's a Elvis Festival, big Elvis Festival they have every year. It was on recently actually, and there's always a special XPT train known as the Elvis. It's got the Elvis logo on like letters on the front of it and that, and it's the Elvis train. And it's a special train. Hopefully they keep a couple of these things. They've got to keep this Elvis. They've got to do a special original XPT inner city colour. That would be absolutely fantastic. All right, there we go with that trip, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? We're going to call it the stream for now. Thank you very much for everybody for watching. It's been an absolute honour and privilege bringing you this Train Sim World 6 live stream. East Coastway Remastered on this Friday the 27th of February 2026. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn the notification bell on. That'll be very appreciated. And we will see you next time for more Train Sim World here at Australia Worldwide Entertainment. On tomorrow, Saturday, there will be an uploaded video that'll premiere first at 1080p. Afterwards, it'll be 1440p, and it will be our first uploaded video of East Coastway Remastered with a Class 377/3. And it was my first trip on the route, so join us for then. And I also will be using the Stream Deck keyboard and mouse on that one as well, and also in Reshade, as always. More American Truck Simulator uploaded videos will be on tomorrow as well. There was one premiered while I was live streaming here today as well. We will see you for that one. So until then, I am the Aussie Don, 2023 Train Sim World loading screen contest winner for week 16 Deutsche Bahn week, and also week 6 and 26 for Train Sim Classic in 2023. Landmarks week 6, and Sunrise week 26. Free time Dovetail Community Screenshot contest winner. And that is it. I come from a land down under. If you hear the thunder, you better run. You better take cover. We'll see you next time. Hooroo.